Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as That Mom of 5 and also known as TMO5 Candle Co. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. So today's video is going to be one of the kind that I've done, and from the title there, I did say that, you know, women is it I titled that women enable men, and I've kind of like seen a lot of posts, and most of the comment people have always been like, oh yeah, women are the ones who enable men. And the reason for my title is because of a post I read on Dr. Shola Adeoye's page on Facebook, and it's also on Instagram as well. However, before we actually start anything, since I've read that story, I just can't get the thought of that story out of my mind. Maybe because I could resonate with it, and maybe because I could actually pick one or two things within that story. Watching my parents grow in my own life as well. So before we actually go into that discussion, let's read what this woman said. So this woman said that, "Good morning, doctor. I listened to the story about a woman on a wheelchair due to a fall done by the husband from 3-story building. Please, I need an honest answer because I'm very sad and depressed now. Have been married for 12 years and we have 4 boys ranging from 10 years to 6 years. I stay in Nigeria, Port Harcourt. My husband is a senior lecturer and I'm a bakery owner. I live on drugs now due to migraine. I've done a lot medically, including brain scan, but the migraine is still there. I pay school fees, house rent, food, and all he does is buy only provisions. He never supports me financially." So that is the story of the woman, and this is the comment I have underneath that post on Facebook. I'm going to put it here and I'm also going to read it as well. So for me, the advice I left for her is based on our health, which is the most important thing first before anything else. So your health is important. If nothing is relieving you of the migraine, have you had your eyes checked? I had migraine non-stop for 6 months until I went to an optician who checked and said I had extreme dry eyes. I was started on some eye drops and ointments and no more migraine. Do what you can and leave the rest. Do what you can and leave the rest. Marriage is not for the faint-hearted. Me self get my own under my coat. And that's a comment there. It's just there. So I'm going to leave it somewhere here. And till there's 64 people like that comment. However, I now went under the comment section under Dr. Shola's page on Instagram, and there's a comment that actually got me like, I think it's right that women are the one enabling men. So this is what this person says. Her name on Instagram under that post is Niger Coin 1. I'm going to screenshot it here as well. So she said, but if any, so that is our quoting Bible verse of 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. But if any do not provide for his own, and especially for those of his own house, he had denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. And this person goes on to say, "Hi, so can never respect any man who cannot provide or make effort. All that has been excused in my vulnerable and desperate state trying to be a missus. Talking stage we discuss about finances before sex. I cannot submit either. Don't let any woman lie to you. Many things go wrong when the man refuses to be a man and head. This 2023, now to take responsibility of your life and destiny. Take care of yourself and your children. Take gifts from people. Take back your mental health. Take back yourself. Take care of yourself. You die today, that man will use your money. Take care of his wife, cause obviously you are a baby mama. You are married, but with this kind of responsibility, you are single, or rather a single mother with irresponsible grown ass. Throw him out of that house and don't ever look back. Operation God, children, me, myself, and I when it comes to selfish partner." So according to this person now, she is more or less like saying, if a man who's meant to be the husband is not provided for her financially, she will throw the man out of the house, and there was no way she would ever respect such man. And she goes on to touch about how do you go into when it's time for you to raise your legs at night? Like, how do some women do that? There are several comments also that, so there was this particular one I'm talking about again, is the one that says there's no way if the man does not even know how she changes her pants or how frequent she had to change her underwear, but when it's time for you to open your legs to do your 9 duties, such men still come back to ask that thing of you easily. And that comment was like, she's not sure, she doesn't know how some women will go ahead and raise their legs up to do their marital duties and stuff. So in this aspect, I've kind of like, you know, read through all the comments, and it's kind of like, it's something I've read before, saying that it's the women enable men when they are not taking up their responsibility. Because if a man, obviously your husband, like this woman said that they've been married for 12 years, they have 4 boys, that is a senior lecturer, and the only thing it does is buy provisions, it does not provide financially. So my question, like, you know, obviously Pastor Shola Adeoye's page, at times what he advocates for is that if there's some sort of violence and abuse in a relationship, that you should live so you could live your life. But in this aspect, is it divorce or counseling? Or is this woman enabling the husband? Because obviously the husband knows she has a bakery, and from the way she was talking about it, it seems like a successful bakery business. So another thing I read about also was that someone said that as a man, if a man is meant to do a task, but as a woman you are showing that you can do it, if you're showing that you've got the power to do that task, that is enough enabling of you. In this regard, the man is going to step back, and you will, you know, shoulder the responsibility. And when you start shouldering the responsibility and you're not getting any input from such man, that is when all of these health illnesses, you know, high blood pressure, migraine, that is when all of this will come to you. This kind of like takes me back to while I was growing up. I remember while myself and my younger ones were going to school, my dad paid our fees. My dad paid our school fees. There were a few times of when I was sent home from school because my school fees was late, but it was always my dad who paid my school fees. And at that time we were lucky because my dad was living in a house he partially built with his dad, so the issue of rent and stuff was out of the place. And when it comes to food, I noticed that my mom was doing mostly for food. At times, my dad, when he's going out, it's something I grew up to see. I would see my dad say, "Oh, Yalare, like Yalare, take this money and use it for soup." So, and my mom run a catering business, so we always have food. We always had food. There are times when, maybe when she's away for her business, we don't have any food. We'll have to go to my dad. But when it comes to food, we were never lacking for food. We were never lacking at all. And like I've always said in this video, that I grew up watching my dad worked all his life to provide for us. Maybe at some point he was not capable of some responsibilities which could come from, you know, having multiple children growing up at the same time, and then they will have to go to uni, whereby one will have to step down for the other. That kind of like partially happened in my household, but today we are all doing great. So like I said, in my advice for that woman, I'm going to post it up here. I did say first, the most important thing is that she should take care of her health. If she's been using all medication and she's done all tests and nothing is bringing down her migraine, she should go and get her eyes checked. It could be dry. If you've got dry eyes could give you migraine, and I've been through that once before. And when I said that marriage is not for the faint-hearted, that obviously in this instance, I don't think it's divorce they needed. Maybe she just needs to speak to the husband and say, "Oga, this provision you are buying, I would rather you give me the money than buy provision." And besides, if he's a senior lecturer, I want to believe he's earning tangible amount of money. So I feel it's a situation of communication. Like, this woman needs to sit with the husband. And you know what, there are some people, even though in a relationship, speaking to their partner or their husband is a bit of, it's non-existent when it comes to sharing how they feel about what their partner is doing. I used to struggle, and I still struggle in regards to that once in a while as well. Like when I want to pass my feelings and opinions across to my husband, in a way I feel like if I do it, I'm going to be hurting his ego. I feel as if it's going to come out in the wrong way. So I kind of like hold back onto it, even though talking about it will maybe let him understand where I'm coming from. But on the other part, I'm like, if I say this, he might say, "Oh, I'm rubbing it on him because I'm in a position whereby I have more than him," or the other way around. So I think in this woman's situation, I don't think divorce is the way forward in this regards. However, I think what they need is counseling to know both of them should sit down with a third party who understands what goes on in a marriage, where she could hear our feelings, where she could speak about how she feels about her husband being a senior lecturer and is not contributing financially. Because you can hear from what I read, the woman says she pays school fees, she pays rent, she does all of these things. And from what I grew up to know, that the man should be the main responsibility carrier of a family. If you want to maintain that position of the head of the household, you need to be able to carry up your responsibilities. So obviously, with people saying that women enable men, in this instance I would say yes, this woman is enabling the man, because he knows she's capable of paying the rent, paying school fees, doing all of those things, hence why he's just buying provisions. So in a way, as a man, if you think that yes, your wife is capable of doing all of those things and you have that spare cash, why don't you give it to her? Like I've always said, women are very good managers of money. Yes, we manage money much more than men. So if you think yes, your wife is capable of doing all of these things, even though they are mainly your responsibilities and you can see that she's doing it, and you have this money to cater for these things she's doing, why don't you still go ahead and give her the money? How she uses the money, you definitely see the impact of how she uses the money. But if you're not giving her that money because you're thinking, oh, she's capable of carrying all of the responsibility, just like that Bible verse of 1 Timothy said that you are an infidel, like you are worse than an infidel. I don't care if you're buying pick milk or tomato, whatever, if you're buying all of that, but is that really what is needed in that household? Is that really what is needed? So in a way, yes, this woman is enabling the man, and I've heard that several times. Yeah, I've heard that several times, several occasions, and in fact I don't even want to start talking. I've heard of that several times. Yes, the woman is enabling the man in a way that you are shouldering his responsibilities, and because he knew you are able to shoulder that responsibilities, he's putting his own money in his own pockets. And by the way, if he's not paying for any of those responsibilities, any of those tax, any of those bills, what is he doing with his salary? I mean, he's not going to come and tell me that whatever amount he's getting, at worst he spends maybe 40,000 naira on provisions. I'm sure it's any more than that. So what does he do with his other rent? With his other salary? So that is why I said in this instance, it is not a matter of divorce. It is a matter of communication, counseling. They need to both sit down. The husband needs to come and say, this is how much I earn. If I buy provision finish, this is how much I've got left. So it's up to the husband or the wife, for both of them to come around and say, okay, if that work is not helping you in order to cater for your family, maybe you need to change course. So in this instance, this man says she owns a bakery. I believe it's a successful business. However, one thing I need to point out is that if one person is shouldering a responsibility for a very long time, trust me, they will get tired, no matter how much inflow of money that person has. For the fact that it's the woman that is doing it, that woman will get tired. I'm saying this because I know it. No matter how much or how huge the cash inflow is, if the woman that is doing all of that, she's going to get tired, because she's going to question the need for you to become she's going to question the need for you being the man, being the head of the house, and you're not able to show that all these things she's doing. So guys, let me know what you think about this story. Leave your advice in there. Do you actually accept and believe that this woman is actually the one enabling this man in order for him not to carry out his responsibilities? Or do you think, oh, the woman has been through enough, she should let the man go, she should divorce the man? Or are you behind the team that they should go for counseling, that this can be resolved through communication? And I'm open to lots of ideas and lots of comments, lots of opinions. Let's chat in the comment section there, because yeah, in as much as the rate of divorce is quite high nowadays, every marriage necessarily does not have to lead in a divorce. I believe there should be something that can actually hold such marriage together, and that is why there's counseling, as long as both of them are willing to attend and make amends and hopefully see the impact of the change they are both going to make in whatever the issue might be in their relationship. But in this instance, like I said, I believe that the woman is the one enabling the man, and hence why it's not been carrying his responsibility, because she believes, this woman is a superwoman, she's carrying all the responsibility, so why should I give her any money? And two, they need counseling, and definitely divorce is not the answer in this case. Anyway, this comes to the end of my video. If you think what I've said is right, or if you actually gel with what I've mentioned in this video, or you can actually relate to what I've said in this video, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification as well, share this video as well, because we are all learning. Like I said, myself, I get my own under my quote. So marriage, like I said, marriage is not for the faint-hearted. But if you actually relate to this video, don't forget to share as well, and I hope to catch up with you in my next video. All right, see you later. Bye.